What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. It's just me, Tyler, talking to you today with the RNS drag racing guys here. We're going to be talking, obviously, drag racing. Got a couple updates for you on upcoming events. We got a couple cars in front of us.
Sure do.
Little cell phone action too. Don't worry about it. That's Cody's car, right?
Yep, that's mine.
So we got Cody's car, and then I got this DR10M. This is a new one here. That's going to be my car, or the shop car, the Team New Wave vehicle. We got the new motor in there and stuff. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And then off the side here, got a couple, just some fun cars, funny car, and a top fuel car from Drag Race Concepts. Those are just more of a little side project. We're mainly going to be talking about these guys today. And then just kind of a couple new products. Just a little update for you, nothing too crazy here. But I'm going to pass it over to these guys. Talk about the upcoming races this weekend and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? Cody and Chris. You've seen us up here before in previous episodes. We got some racing coming up this weekend. Bristol?
Yep, in Bristol.
Bristol.
Dirty Den.
Yep, that's a Dirty Den event. We'll be up there for some no prep racing. Saturday we'll be up here testing as well if you guys want to come out and test.
That's what you do.
Plain and simple, yeah. You got to test to be the best, they say.
Are you still doing the points thing on Saturday as well?
Yeah, so that's July 9th. July 9th is the point series. Yeah, and then July 10th is our cash day race. We'll have those coming up too. But today we're just going to talk about some new products and maybe get a little bit technical.
Yeah, what's for you to... That was July 10th here. July 10th here is the next event. The Bristol one this coming weekend. Dirty Den.
Yep, we'll post that on the RC Madness Locals page, RNS page, and the Connecticut RC page so you can see that flyer.
Sick. Links below. I think I still have them saved on there. But anyway, yeah, got a couple new fun things, I guess. Let me start with the battery over there, because Chris just brought that to me and he's excited about it. Look at this thing.
One of these big old...
Here, I'll zoom in for you.
Look at that. I feel like Vanna White.
Today, folks, on QVC.
So we got one of the...
3 easy payments of $100.
Literally, it's pretty close.
This thing is a monster, dude.
Yeah, this is a good example of where batteries are headed right now.
So that is, what is that?
15,200 milliamp, 200C discharge, big boy battery. It's a 2S.
It doesn't say it didn't say the P on it because we were looking earlier.
Is it a 6, an 8? It's like a 6 or an 8.
There's definitely a few crammed in there.
There's a couple of cells in that boy. Still 8.44 volts though, so it's as big as it gets as long as it's 2S,
So Steve just set the R-Track record at a 188 with that pack.
Yep, same battery.
Shout out to R1. We're not sponsored by them at all.
No, but they make good stuff.
But they did make a good pack.
Shout out to Steve too. You're fast, Steve.
Steve.
So yeah, batteries are headed pretty much in this direction. The more milliamp you can make.
I would have you take yours out, but I want you to get the lighter out again.
Yeah, I'd have to melt my zip tie.
Here's the Trinity
So
pack
that's
here.
compared to like your Trinity 6400.
I just put that in my build there so you can check it out.
Similar footprint, but the difference is when you
quite a bit there.
Turn them sideways. It's a thick boy compared to that Trinity battery.
The Trinity is what, 6400?
6400
well,
2S4P.
considering the milliamp difference, it's not a huge size difference really.
Yeah, it's like an additional cell. I mean, if you can pretty much tell. It's like a whole another cell or two. So, still an awesome battery. This is what I run. This is what Chris was running now until this one. Probably still will run them too, but...
The battery game has changed a little bit since we last spoke, so...
Yeah, drastically.
Battery update.
Drastically. There's even, there's an update of that battery coming out.
Yeah, soon.
Pretty soon there'll be a 10,000 milliamp, kind of to try and keep up the pace with these here. I expect similar performance. I've seen those Trinity batteries perform very well beyond what they should do since...
Rocking 8 gauge or 10 gauge? They're rocking 10 gauge. R1's got 8 gauge coming out.
Yeah, since that Trinity battery came out, batteries have jumped pretty far beyond it, and it still does a killer job.
Yeah, that one is the one that kind of started the whole...
brick pack
thing.
That and max amps.
Yep.
Oh yeah, max amps too. I don't really get max amps, so I'm out of loop on them. But
yeah, max amps you can pretty much just order whatever battery you want. So as long as people keep ordering these big huge batteries, they're gonna keep making them. But
don't blame them.
It seems like there's, I wouldn't say a push, but like a little echo in the NPRC world right now about pushing for hard case batteries. A couple companies are starting to make more of them. ProTech just came out with more hardtech batteries that'll be pretty competitive.
They're just hard case brick batteries, basically.
Yep. Pretty much. Yep. Yeah. Spec sizes and in a hard case.
It's probably so you can run. Well, I guess these are pretty big bullets too, but
Yeah.
You can run like 8 mil bullets out
They
of it.
do have 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that battery we were talking about. That's
Right.
an 8 mil bullet battery.
I was gonna try that one, but I know that's the Gens A 6100, 200, something like that.
I think it's a 6100. Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
was
like a
gonna try that.
130C.
But I went with Trinity because I know it's tried and true, and I want to run it in this.
Yep.
So before we get into the cars, another thing is tires have changed quite a bit in the last few months.
Yeah, they have. A lot of new people coming out with, well, not new people, familiar faces with a new tire, I guess you could say. Exotech.
Jumping into the game of NPRC.
Yeah, yep. So, really,
Right now it's
Voodoos and Reactions have been leading the way.
and sweeps coming in hard.
And sweeps are coming in quick, too. Shout out Josh. I'm sponsored by Cyril 3D FX, and the accelerates have been doing pretty damn good, too. A lot of fast guys on there. I think we made it to the top 8 at the last
Now,
big
these look
money
pretty
race.
wide, though.
Yeah, they're a little bit wider than a Reaction. Basically the same height.
These are the blue Reactions I got on here.
Yep. They're maybe, a mil shorter a little bit. Once you run those, they'll probably be the same when the foam breaks in. But the big benefit to these is the fact that they're equal sidewall. So it's not a 2230 tire. It's the same
gotcha.
sidewall on both sides, more like you'd see in a real scale application. So we've got some new compounds coming for these two. These are an experimental compound. These are V4 Super Softs with different belts in them. They're a little bit stronger. I think I'm literally the only person to break them. I've broken like 2 sets of them. And other than that, they've been pretty strong. Those are coming out right now. We've got purples with this belt coming out too that are on the website. So we'll have some stronger options to keep them together and keep competitive.
What was the website on that?
That's Cyril-3dfx.com. Cyrul-3dfx.
Try to...
Yeah, do a little edit.
That's cool. I hadn't seen them yet.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good tires out there. Those are an awesome option too. Air valves built right in. No one else is doing that yet.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it takes a Schrader valve. Here, I'll hold it up for you. It takes literally a
Try to zoom in.
like a Schrader valve for just an automotive tire.
Like right in here somewhere, right?
Yeah, right on the right on the inner wheel design.
So are you running
just screw
foam in
right
there
in.
or air pressure?
Both.
Oh, you put both in?
Yeah, both. So depending on the track and how it's biting and how the car's set up and the power I'm using and stuff, sometimes I won't run air. I'll just take the valves right out. Okay. Sometimes I'll run about 1 pound of air, 2 pounds of air. So it's a good tuning option.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Let's get in contact with them. Yeah, so the tires, the batteries, they're still rocking similar
Chassis.
speed controls, and that's the new motor, but that's still a little bit in the testing phases, isn't it?
I'd say they're proven at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's a Castle 2400?
64.
64. No,
Yeah,
2400 is the big one. That's the 64.
Yep, that's the 1412 series 6400 kV. I'll hold it up there. Big 5mm
Look at this
shaft.
Hog of a motor.
Yeah, it's like a big Mountain Dew can. Everybody's calling it.
It's a different way of thinking as far as tuning these cars, where we've always
Right.
been
Low turn.
low turn, high RPM, a lot of timing to get down, where this one is just
like
brute torque.
The opposite
But,
almost.
So you gear it
FDR is
a
around.
bit different to make up for the torque on it? You run
Yeah.
smaller spurs?
Yeah, so essentially, I wouldn't say ideal, but your FDR on a car like this, something with like a 3-turn, 3.5 turn, you'll probably be more like 12 to 13-ish. Something like these motors, you want to be more like 7 to 8 on your FDR. So it's a totally different ball game. It's a change of pace for sure.
Final drive.
Yeah, final drive ratio. So however you achieve it, whether it's like a 77 spur and a 27 or like a 31 and a 68, or it's all about FDR with those. So
No kidding.
I've yet to dig into that one. As you can see, there's no gears on it yet. So
I'll be here with Saturday with that, yeah?
Yep.
That's sick.
Yeah, there's a couple people running them up here already now
Running
too.
DRK too?
Yeah, just an original DRK with 10 gauge upgraded wire and the TSR cat pack off a TSR that I popped.
Nice.
Couple of those laying around.
Nice.
So currently, the software in the DRK is not available yet, but
Right.
they're about to release the software to run the 4-pole motors.
Oh, gotcha. I
Yeah,
didn't realize
the-
it was different software.
Yeah, so they won't run the 4-pole. Like, I have this soldered up right now just because I got to look at the software a little bit early and I'm ready for it to come out released to their public. But right now, the DRK is not capable of it. Like, by the time they're watching this, maybe Friday morning, Saturday, we'll see. But definitely by the weekend, they're going to release that 4-pole update. So I'm ready to gamble on the fact that it's going to be fast.
So
Sick.
the other options to run with that motor currently, well, the quickest one currently is the R1.
Yep.
But Castle speed controls have done well with them.
Yeah,
as well as
there's been a lot of like 1.8 guys with those too.
Okay.
As well as the RX8s from Tegan. So are all good options with that motor.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought running that big can would be good.
Yeah, it's an absolute torque monster. That's why I had asked if you had spurs and pinions with a bigger bore on them.
We're checking
that
that
big 5
next.
mil.
Sick. So I'll probably try to snag a video of that thing running this weekend or something like that, because I'm gonna try to be out here with our new car here, which we're gonna talk about here real quick.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to, I don't know, either get a new car or get into it, Associated just released the DR10M, which is basically the second version of the DR10. Essentially all they did was take the DR10 and kind of put a bunch of parts on it like Exotech was already making for the DR10 and put it all in one box, more or less.
And it's mid-motor.
And it is mid-motor, which the M in the DR10M. But it actually turned out to be a pretty solid kit. I just built this one for the shop for Team New Wave, which we are running the Team New Wave 3.0 in there. So you can check that out on the website. So
actually a pretty killer car.
What you're looking at right here is completely out of the box, aside from the tires and electronics, of course. So it does come with this long wheelie bar on the back, the ladder wheelie bar, which is cool. It's just this regular straight one, no shocks or anything. It is a fiberglass chassis with a carbon fiber top deck, I'm going to say.
What do they
rails.
call that stuff?
G10.
G10, yeah, that's what it is.
But it still feels pretty rigid. It's not...
It's a strong
really
car.
No flex in it. What I was most impressed with was actually the tranny in this car. It is all steel gears, steel diff. There's not one plastic piece inside the transmission.
Yeah, this thing's stout.
So I don't foresee that breaking at all. And also the top shaft doesn't use a pin. It is actually just a keyed top shaft, so it shouldn't snap pins or anything. So I was quite impressed over this from the first car. The first car didn't really do much for me until you put about $500 worth of Exotech parts onto it.
Yep. This is the first time I've seen one in person and had one in hand, and I'm honestly impressed.
The D block in the back is beefy, so
yeah.
Pretty impressed with this car. The box for $370, I believe it's going to be going for.
Yeah, it's like $370 or $389.
So bang for your buck at the moment. I mean, like I said, I haven't had it on the track yet, but just from looking at it, bang for your buck looks like it's going to be the way to go.
Yeah.
Hobby shops are going to be able to carry a lot more parts for these, as opposed to, I call them one-off cars, but it's really just the smaller companies. We were talking about earlier, you guys know more of the names than I do. I know R1 is a relatively decent sized company, but still parts, and then 5.7 Design
and GFRP,
like that.
All
Royalty. Great cars. I'm not saying that.
Chandler Precision, that's who makes these bullets.
But you smash the front end off this car, 99% of the time I'm gonna have the parts just fix it and get it back out there. The other car, you're gonna be waiting a couple weeks just because they're a small company. That's the way it is. So we'll have this car out there this weekend, and I'll let these guys play with it too, and we'll see how it goes. So there'll be videos on that, but I wanted to show it off.
We'll get it moving.
So I'm running the 3.0 New Wave with the DRK. That's the original DRK, but I'm going to update the software in it. And then Proline Blue Reactions. I tried to build the car with mostly stuff pretty readily available at most shops. I didn't want to go too crazy ordering stuff, so it may seem a little generic, but I wanted to keep it that way because it's easy for regular people to get into.
Hey, we've gone fast with a lot
less. Look at Cody's
less.
car. The thing's got like 87 different parts from 87 different companies on there.
Yep.
And it works good, don't get me wrong, but I look at that thing and I'm like, even we were looking at the front body mount here, I'm like, what the heck is that thing? Even I don't know how to do this for a living. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But it's awesome. It works out. I mean, he's deep into the hobby, obviously, but that's why I got into this one.
Yep.
But it's sick.
Sometimes a little too deep.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
But it's all good. So, yeah, I just wanted to show this one off tonight.
Definitely a killer car, guys. If you're looking to get into it and you want to be able to basically break it in half and replace the stuff the same day, this is the way to go right here. I mean, for the money you spend, I would say you're probably a quarter of the money into this as you would have in something like this.
Electronics are electronics. You're going to spend that no matter what.
But you'll be surprised when this car beats this car this weekend. Like, that's not out of the question.
It's definitely not, but
it's all about setup.
Got to put a little more work into it. Like I said, I'm going to have the R&S guys help me out because they're super helpful and knowledgeable. So, see if we can get it going at least in a straight line.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some videos of these things going real good already too. I like it. Honestly, like I said, it's the first time I've touched it, and I like them.
Yeah, so it'll be on the track Saturday, testing and tuning with these guys. Hopefully, as long as my QS8 connector shows up, but I'm sure I can steal one off something. So I got all the way done with it and was missing a connector.
Nice.
But yeah, no big deal. And then I will be starting to do vinyl wraps I started with the GTR body. There's just blue tape on it so I can get the template. So if you guys got GTR bodies, I should have that almost ready to go for this weekend, so you can hit me up for that. And the Corvettes I'm going to do next. Just a little shout out there for myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to hit you up for that.
And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for that. And then, yeah, I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else upcoming or anything like that.
Well, I mean, we could talk about racing here at Madness.
Go ahead.
You know, some things from the first few races. We have had some light crowds. I mean, one of the reasons for that was on Mother's Day, so we're going to have a lot of people out there. But for anyone looking to jump into it, I really highly suggest you guys watch our bracket class.
Yep.
That class has brought a lot of fun. I mean, we're also running it over in Fall River, Massachusetts. At RC
Shout out to those guys, Jersey and Dungy, all those
dudes. And they're loving it too. It just levels the playing field. You can have whatever car you want. You can whoop up on this thing with a stock car.
Yep.
Gets everyone involved.
Pick up a drag slash and just get out there.
Anything. Rustler 4x4, you know, anything you want, really. It's just get out there, make a dozen passes so you got a little average idea of what it'll do for a time. Dial in on that time. Try not to go any faster than that because it's breaking out. And you can get out there and race anyone. If I dial in at like a 210 and I go a 205 and you dialed in at a 4.5 and you do a 4.6, you just beat me going half the speed. So it's a good time. Bracket racing is real fun. The tree will stagger too, so you're both kind of trying to cross the finish line at the same time. So it's some good neck and neck racing. It's always a good watch.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, come down and check out the bracket racing.
Yeah.
July 10th will be the next time we run that, right?
Yep.
All right, July 10th, Sunday, July 10th. I'll be here this Saturday and that Saturday testing, so
yeah,
don't be scared. Come down.
Yeah, absolutely. We always got a helping hand and plenty of time to make hits on that tree, so come out and figure it out.
Yep, the only way that you're going to start feeling comfortable racing on the timing system is just keep doing it.
Yep.
Saturday's honestly the best day to do it, too, because it's pretty relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can line up with somebody if you want. You can go out there to do it by yourself if you want.
Once in a while, we'll have like a little $5 buy-in, but it's a slow, relaxed day. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Basically just boiling off our work week, hanging out at the track. So Saturdays are a great way to come down and pick our brains and learn, watch, have some fun.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time, guys.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys got anything else. I'm good. I just want to talk about my car.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to hear a little bit more about these things.
Do you? All right. Well, I don't know a whole lot about them. Chris probably knows more than I do.
Yep.
So really what it boils down to is me and my buddies went to Epping and watched NHRA drag racing. I'm not even going to lie. We went there. It was sick. We had a good time.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, I wish they made RC funny cars and Top Fuel cars.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we had a 2-hour ride home. We got on our phones. Holy crap, they do make them. So we immediately ordered one of each here. Oh, bodies aren't. These are the Drag Race Concepts funny car and Top Fuel rail car. So this is the funny car. Mind me, I'm going to do wraps for these bodies too. But these things are pretty sick. They're a little smaller.
Little mini John Force.
They're like, I don't know, 12 scale, I guess, comparatively. So that's the funny car, which is sick. And then the Top Fuel car, it's essentially the same thing, just
big,
a foot longer. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I don't know if we're going to start any major classes with these here. There might be a few of us out there. I don't even know what we're going to run them in yet. We're probably going to keep them a little bit on the slower side just because
bracket class.
See this?
Yep.
Probably, because I can see this
Bracket
thing becoming a dart right into the fence. So.
Oh yeah, it's easy with those things too.
And we're gonna try to run rubber tires on them because they are made for foam tires, but we don't run a prep track, and we kind of wanted to run the rubber, keep it a little more realistic. And we're gonna do them all up like the Team New Wave drag team. So it's gonna be cool.
Hell yeah.
I will have more exclusive videos on these when they get closer to being finished. This is exactly how they come out of the box. They come pre-built like this. So we just got to do up the bodies. They were just happened to be sitting back here when we started talking about drag racing, so I left them out here.
Yeah, they're cool.
So these are the drag race concepts, which they make a lot of awesome parts for these cars too.
Yep.
But they sell these ready to go. I think they're both around $400 just for the kit. Then by the time you get bodies and tires, they're in the $500 range, and by the time you finish it, you're probably $1,000.
Yep.
Just like anything else that's fun. But they look sick, and hopefully they'll be fast.
Oh, they have huge potential. Those cars move, man.
They got the potential. I just don't know if I can get it out of them. I might have to have my boy Chris help me out. He's a veteran.
Yep.
He retired from the game. Got into the no prep.
Started doing these big things.
Jumped on the wave.
Jumped on the wave. That's all right. I'm bringing this wave back.
The bandwagon, they've been calling it lately.
Yeah.
So
these are what our track is really made for. These just happen to exist, and I had to have them. So that's basically
happens to the best of us.
That's basically what it was. I got too excited watching.
It was that 2-hour ride home. That's what it was.
That's what it was. And we just ordered them right there. But we can get them if you guys are interested in doing one up. We can get them pretty easily, and I'm gonna do body wraps for them. So you got a company out there and you want a mini version Top Fuel funny car,
right? Ken is. He builds top-notch stuff. Ken is the owner of Drag Race Concepts.
Oh yeah, this is great. Everybody I've shown is the quality of the cars are. I mean, the carbon is beautiful. The anodizing, it's a really beautiful car. Even if you just put it on the shelf, I think it's nice.
Yeah. Yep.
And all of his aftermarket parts for these have been. I haven't had a single.
Yeah, they're top-notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Drag Concepts.
They're pretty quick too. So.
Drag Race Concepts since about 2015, with those pro stock cars, and then these, because my car last year was a Drag Race Concepts slash based car.
They don't have. Do they have a whole car?
They do have one now. It's the Maxim.
Gotcha. I didn't even know.
It is a purpose built car like the Apollo from GFRP and the Arrow from 5.7.
The Drag Race Concept stuff seems to be a little easier to get though.
Oh yeah, they're pretty quick. I mean, we've had a couple teammates break stuff, and they've got parts by the end of the next week. So.
You know, HRP and A-Main Distribution have a lot of these stuff in stock. Like I got these two cars in like 3 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, Drag Concept. Shout out to them. I'm not sponsored in any way by them. I just like their stuff.
Yep.
To be honest with you, and I'll have more videos on those. They're just chilling on the table for now. Probably there to do most of their life.
That's all right. Shelf queens are cool too, man. You gotta have some stuff you don't break all the time.
Yeah, we'll break them at least once. But yeah. Anyway,
that's about it for us.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out the RNS drag racing page.
Yep.
And come stop down Saturday. We'll be here hanging out.
See you then.
See you guys. Have a good one.